Seventeen-year-old among three males shot and killed in Montego Bay. Manhunt on for suspect. A 17-year-old is now among three males who were shot and killed in Canterbury, Montego Bay, St. James. He is Jaden Bennett of Upper King Street in Montego Bay. The other deceased are 26-year-old Rashawn Williams and 62-year-old fisherman David West, also of Upper King Street in Montego Bay. Reports are that about 5:05 p.m., officers responded to reports of a shooting in the area. On arrival, the police came under gunfire and took evasive action. The gunman reportedly escaped in a gully, leaving behind two firearms. Police seized the weapons and conducted a search of the area, where Jaden, Williams, and West were found suffering from gunshot wounds. The wounded males were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Head of the St. James Police Superintendent Aaron Samuels says a search continues for the suspect, who has been identified as John Roach.
The suspect is 32-year-old John Lee Roach. He is previously a person of interest in a case of shooting with intent. Operations are still ongoing to capture John Lee Roach. The team is currently within the space and will continue pursuing him until he is found. We will be conducting a search of the gully as we believe he had dived into the gully. We are not sure if at this time if he was shot and injured or if he received any injuries following him jumping several feet down into the gully. We will continue to relentlessly pursue John Lee Roach and any associate of his to ensure that we bring back safety and security to the Canterbury community and wider St. James.
Motorist escaped serious injury after collision with fallen utility pole. A man narrowly escaped serious injuries after the vehicle he was driving came in contact with a downed utility pole in New Forest, South Manchester on Tuesday night. Reports suggest that about 11 p.m., the man was driving a Toyota Axio motor car on the Alligator Pan Main Road when the incident happened. Counsel for the Alligator Pan Division, Omar Robinson, is urging Jamaica Public Service Company, JPSCO, to remove downed utility poles in the area. I got a report that a silver Axio was written off in one of the fallen JPS poles that I have reported on numerous occasions since the passage of Hurricane Beryl. I plead and I beg JPS to clear the road. Last night it was a near miss for a young man from Common Pen. Luckily he escaped injuries, but the car has been totaled. I hope nothing else happens in the area, Robinson told reporters. I still haven't seen any presence of JPS in Alligator Pan Division, if it is even to get the poles out of the way. One pole is a little away from the New Forest School. It can fall at any time. People keep using the thoroughfare to get to their homes and business places, so JPS, I call again, please, come and clear the road. We know that we might not have electricity anytime soon, but at least clear the main road to Alligator Pan, he added. Government says it has distributed over 6,000 care packages since passage of Hurricane Beryl. Approximately 6,000 care packages have been distributed since the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Minister of Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. gave an update during a post-cabinet press briefing. He said over 740 tarpaulins, 483 mattresses, 612 hygiene kits, and 159 cases of water were also given to residents. Mr. Charles Jr. said approximately 900 food packages were distributed to residents in St. Mary, Trelawney, and St. Anne.
In St. Mary, we've seen extensive damage reported across several communities, with 407 assessments completed as at the date of this report, and substantial relief supplies distributed, 200 food packages, more than 40 tarpaulins, mattresses, hygiene kits as well there. In St. Anne, we saw minimal damage to houses being reported, but we had greater impact on the farmlands. Relief supplies have been distributed there, as well as assessments been ongoing in 300 food packages. For Trelawney, multiple communities are now under assessment, with 95 being completed and significant supplies already distributed. We have on record more than 400 food packages being distributed in those areas.
Local overseas clubs mourn passing of Jamaican Cup and darts pioneer. Local and overseas federations are still in mourning following the sudden death of a popular policeman and the darts player Constable Wayne White recently. White, a former teacher who decided to give up the classroom and join the Jamaica Constabulary Force, died at his home in Westmoreland. Tributes continue to pour in for White, whose contribution to the game locally was immeasurable. White's friend and fellow JCF member, Deputy Superintendent Jermaine, said his passing was a heartbreaking loss for him and the entire John's community. I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I'll never see him again or have the pleasure of discussing the game we both love so much with Hardwayne, stated DSP Jermaine, who is the president of the Motorist Drafts Club and an executive member of the Jamaica Drafts Association, JTA. His passing leaves a void in our drafts community that can never be filled. My heartfelt condolences goes out to his family, friends, and all those who loved him. May he rest in peace, and may his memory continue to inspire us to cherish the time that we have with each other, the DSP added. Sedina Sukram, president of the JDA, said, "This really touched me, really shocked. Life is promised to no man. Today you are here, tomorrow you are not." Hugh Hamilton, former president of the JDA, stated that White's passing was really sad news and a tremendous loss to the drafts community. "We have lost a brother, a great friend, competitor, and advocate. I have not properly processed this as yet, so I don't really have the words to speak. R.I.P. my brother," he noted. Christopher Iceman Wright, a member of the Montego Bay Drafts Club, said, "We have lost an icon among us, a teacher, a committed exemplary warrior, a motivator, an intellect, a genuine straightforward friend. I have lost one of my closest draft brothers, and words can't express my sorrow, but I am forced to take comfort in accepting he's gone to a better place." International Master Courtney Carlos Thompson added, "Really sad, I'm in shock, tears, condolences to my friend and brother." Albert Harrison, president of the American Pool Checkers Association, expressed, on behalf of the American Pool Checkers community, "I send condolences to Wayne's loved ones, his police family, and the JDA." White was a drafts enthusiast prior to policing and for several years had been instrumental in modernizing Jamaica's draft scenes, aligning it with international standards. His unparalleled expertise earned him the coveted title of Top Master, Drafts Teacher, and Drafts Champion of Westmoreland. White's leadership as president of the Westmoreland Drafts Club and former vice president of the JDA inspired a new generation of players. He was instrumental in conducting drafts research, analyzing games, identifying drafts books and best available drafts computer program software, and sharing them with the wider drafts community for the game's development. He was the Jamaican player with the best record to win-to-loss ratio in tournaments against multiple national champions. White was also among the top masters from around the world who were invited to travel to Chicago on July 28, 2024 to participate in the APCA competitions. JDF Dart team to assist with building houses in areas hardest hit by burial. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has introduced Chief of Defence Staff Vice Admiral Anthony Twims-Coleman to mobilize the Disaster Assistance and Recovery Team of the Jamaica Defence Force to spearhead the efforts to rebuild houses in some of the areas hardest hit by Hurricane Beryl. The DART will be assisted by other supporting units including the Engineering Corps. They will target areas such as Portland Cottage and Rocky Point in Clarendon on Jamaica's south coast, where the damage from the hurricane was greatest, wiping out the entire housing stock in some communities. They will also be deployed in Hanover to assist with the recovery, particularly in the town of Negril and other areas coming around to Westmoreland, said Holness on Tuesday while addressing the House of Representatives. The Prime Minister, who has responsibility for housing, explained that the deployment of the JDF personnel in South East Clarendon will also spill over into areas of Manchester and St. Elizabeth. The initiative aims not just to rebuild, but to rebuild stronger and more resilient homes that will withstand further storms, Holness stated. He added that our efforts will focus on durability and sustainability. We do not merely want to put up makeshift structures or patch up roofs in a way that leave them vulnerable to the next storm. The Prime Minister said the government was exploiting the use of drone technology to further fast-track the assessment of the damage to the housing stock. He stressed that the administration will not be able to assist every person who has lost their home. However, he said it will ensure that the process is transparent and above board. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.